third grade, today we're on lesson 50. It starts on page 317, so go ahead, press pause. Complete your power up. When you're done, press play. Remember, you should have your name at the top. Let's go ahead and correct those facts together. 9 times 9 is 81. 1 times 8 is 8. 4 times 4 is 16. 2 times 5 is 10. 7 times 9 is 63. 5 times 5 is 25. 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 6 is 24. 2 times 9 is 18. 6 times 9 is 54. Next row. 6 times 6 is 36. 2 times 7 is 14. 5 times 8 is 40. 3 times 9 is 27. 6 times 8 is 48. 8 times 9 is 72. 2 times 2 is 4. 7 times 8 is 56. 3 times 7 is 21. 7 times 6 is 42. 3 times 6 is 18. 10 times 10 is 100. 2 times 3 is 6. 5 times 6 is 30. 4 times 9 is 36. 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 7 is 28. 5 times 9 is 45. 0 times 4 is 0. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 8 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. 6 times 7 is 42. 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 7 is 35. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 8 is 32. 7 times 7 is 49. Letter A says 589 plus 46. 6 times 9, we get 15. 1 goes up, 5 comes down. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 1 more is 13. 1 plus 5 is 6, so you get 635. B says 375 plus 425. 5 plus 5 is 10, 1 goes up, 0 goes down. 1 plus 7 is 8, plus 2 more is 10, 1 goes up, 0 goes down. 2 plus 3 is 7, plus 1 is 8, so you get 800. C says $389 plus $195. 9 plus 5 is 14. 1 goes up, 4 goes down. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. So you get $584. D says Detrina paid $5.68 for a dog collar and $1.46 for a tag. Altogether, how much did she spend? So, got to add those up. 4 plus 6 is 10. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Don't forget to bring down your dollar sign and your decimal point. E says Jamal started reading his book at 2:25 p.m. and read for 45 minutes. At what time did he finish reading? So you need to start with $2.25 and then add 45 minutes. Five plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 4 is 7. 2 plus 0 is 2. But remember, 270 isn't a time, so you need to subtract 60 from this one, and that gives you another hour. So we're at 3:10. Was PM, so we stay with PM. It's in the afternoon. F, there are 4 gallons of water in a bucket. How many quarts of water is that? Remember, in our big G, we had 4 Q's. So there's 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So in 4 gallons, 4 times 4 is 16. There would be 16 quarts. G says Geneva wants to buy a CD that costs $12.65 and a pair of headphones that cost $15.30. Round each price to the nearest 25 cents, then add to estimate the cost of those items. So $12.65 65 is closest to 75, so I can round that to $12.75. And then $15.30, 30 cents is closest to 25. So I can round that there. Then I get 5 plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 3, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 7 is 10. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 5 is 8. 2 plus 2, 1 plus 1 is 2. So you get $28. H, we've got that calculation there. Square root of 36 is 6. Times 8 is 48. 48 plus 40 is 88. Plus 9 is 97. 97 plus 15 is 112. Problem solving says Suni is making a sequence out of the money. She lined up the bills shown. Which money amounts can she use to extend the sequence 2 more turns? So we had 100, then we went down to 10, then we went down to $1. Well, if we move that decimal place right in front, we would get 0.1, which would be 10 cents. And then move it again, we get 0.01, so that's 1 cent. So we could use a dime, 10 cents, and then a penny, 1 cent. Go ahead and flip it over and we'll get started on our new concept. Today in our new concept, we're adding and subtracting decimal numbers. So remember our place value. In front of the decimal point, we have our ones, tens, hundreds. Then after the decimal point, first we have our tenths, then we have our hundredths. Remember here the TH at the end of that. Tenths, TH, hundredths, TH. Okay? So, first example, we have to name the place value of the 3 in each number. So if we look here, what place is the 3 in here? Well, it's right in front of the decimal point, so that would be the ones. So go ahead and write ones next to that. In this one, it's right after the decimal point. This is 2 and 34 hundredths. So the 3 is in the 10th spot because it's right after the decimal point. Then number 2, or letter C, in front of the decimal point, we have ones, tens. So this is in the tens place. No TH on the end of that one. It's just the tens place. And then I forgot D. So if you squeeze a D in here, it says 4 and 23 hundredths. Now our 3 here is 2 after the decimal point, so tenths, hundredths. It's in the hundredths place. Notice the TH, that tells us it's after the decimal point. Example 2 gives us these 3 decimal numbers to add up. 3 and 75 hundredths, 12 and 5 tenths, 2 and 47 hundredths. So remember we're going to line up the decimal points. So 3 and 75 hundredths. And then we have 12. Notice how I have those decimal points lined up, ones on top of ones. 12 and 5 tenths. And then 2 and 47 hundredths. Notice that looks a little bit different than we're used to, but because the decimal points are all lined up, that's how we know we have it lined up correctly. Now, here we've got a gap here. We can just add a 0 there. Because 12 and 5 tenths is equal to 12 and 50 hundredths. This 0 doesn't change anything. So now we can add those. It'd be the same thing if we added a 0 here, right? We could add those zeros there. That doesn't make any difference. This still is 2 and 47 hundredths. So here we can do 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7 is 12. 1 goes up. 2 comes down. 1 plus 7 is 8. Plus 5 is 13. Plus 4 more gives us 17. 1 goes up. 7 comes down. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 2 is 6. Plus 2 more is 8. 1 plus 0 is 1. And bring down that decimal point. So we get 18 and 72 hundredths. Example 3 then says subtract 4 and 25 hundredths minus 2 and 5 tenths. Same thing, I'm going to fill in this empty spot here with a 0. Then I can subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. 2 minus 5, can't do that. Cross out the 4, make it a 3. Change this into 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. 3 minus 2 is 1. So you get 1 and 75 hundredths. Go ahead and look at your lesson practice here. Remember, you always get the most out of your education if you're doing some of the thinking yourself. So let's go ahead and you think about all of these when you're done. Go ahead and press play and we'll review them together. Hopefully you tried these by yourself first. That'll help you understand better. Lesson practice A says, which digit in 23 and 5/10 is in the tens place? Let's go ahead and circle it. Ones, tens. So tenths is the first one after the decimal point. It's the 5 here. B says 245 and 67 hundredths. Notice the TH hundredths. So after the decimal point, tenths, hundredths. Hundreds would be here. Hundredths with a TH at the end is the 7. Which digit in 12.5 is in the same place as the 7 in 3.75? Well, the 7 in 3.75 is right after the decimal point. It's in the tenths place. So right after the decimal point, the 5 is in the tenths place. D says 4.35 plus 2.6. I can fill in that 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 6 is 9. 4 plus 2 is 6. So I get 6.95. Hopefully you got the same. F, 12.1 plus 3.25. Notice I have to line up those decimal points. 0 plus 5 is 5. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 1 plus nothing is 1. Bring down the decimal point. H says 0.75 plus 0.5. Notice those decimal points are lined up. 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. 1 plus nothing is 1. E, 4.35 minus 2.6. I can fill in that 0 there. 5 minus 0 is 5. 3 minus 6, can't do that. 13 minus 6 is 7. 3 minus 2 is 1. G says 15.25 minus 2.5. Fill in the 0 here. 5 minus 0 is 5. 2 minus 5, can't do that. Cross out the 5, make it a 4. Change it to 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. 4 minus 2 is 2. 1 minus nothing is 1. Bring down that decimal point. I, 0.75 minus 0.7. Notice those decimal points are lined up, so I add this 0 here. 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 7 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. Bring that decimal point straight down, and I get 5 hundredths. J says find n in the equation n plus 1.5 equals 4.75. Notice I've got a missing number in an addition problem, so I need to subtract. Notice I already lined up the decimal points for us, so go ahead and fill in that 0 there. Then I can do 5 minus 0 is 5, 7 minus 5 is 2, 4 minus 1 is 3. So I get 3 and 25 hundredths. Excellent. Go ahead and put that back in your Monday folder and then take out your worksheet for us to go over some problems together. On our problems for today, make sure you got your name at the top. We'll start with number 8. Start on page 319 up at the top. Number 8 says round 783 and 217 to the nearest hundred, then subtract the smaller from the larger. So we have ones, tens, hundreds. So we got 7 in the hundreds place and a 2 in the hundreds place. 7 looks at the 8. Remember, the 8 tells us to go up one time, so the 7 goes up to 800. 2 looks at the 1. The 1 says stay the same, so we stay at 200. And we subtract. 8 minus 2 is 6. 0 minus 0 gives us those zeros, so we get 600. Move down then to number 13. Number 13 says $4.63 plus $2 plus 47 cents plus 67 cents. Remember, we need to write them all with a dollar sign and a decimal point, so we got to change these last 3 into dollar sign and decimal point form. So the first one we get 4.63, that just stays the same. Next one, $2. $2 goes under the $4. You can add those zeros to make it have a dollar sign and decimal point. Next one, 47 cents, write it as $0.47. And then the last one, $0.67, write it as $0.65. Then I can go ahead and add those. 3 plus 7 is 10, plus 5 is 15. Right here I see 6 and 4, I know that gets me 10. So 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 6 is 16, plus 1 is 17. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 2 is 7. So I get $7.75. Let's go ahead and flip it over. Focusing on the ones on the bottom, so we'll start with 25. The length of segment AB is 5 centimeters. The length of segment BC is 4 centimeters. What's the length of segment AC? So the length of the whole thing we got to add. So 5 plus 4. Gives me 9. Don't forget your label of centimeters. 27. Compare 1 minute to 58.7 seconds. Well, 1 minute has how many seconds? 60. So 60 seconds is less than, greater than, or equal to 58 and 5/10 seconds. Remember, if we look at before the decimal point, we have 58. So is 60 less than, greater than, or equal to 58? Well, greater than. So we get greater than. 29, write these numbers in order from least to greatest. The one that's the least is going to be the one that has the smallest number of digits, right? This one over here, 600, is the only one that has only 3 digits. So 3 digits, that one's got to be the least. This is the only one with 4 digits, so that one's got to be next. This has 5 digits, so that's going to be next. 6 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the least one was 600. Then the next one was 9 digits, 9,000. Then, sorry, it was 4 digits. Then the next one with 5 digits would be 47,000. 5 digits, 250,000. And then the last one, 3,100,000. Okay, so that's from the least, the smallest one, to the greatest one. Notice how they get bigger as they have more digits. Yeah. And then number 30, these temperatures show the daily minimum and maximum temperatures in New York City Central Park during the month of July. What's the difference between those two temperatures? Remember, our thermometers almost always count by 2. So here we have 72 less than 70 would be 68, but notice this one kind of looks like it's between. It's between 68 and 70, so that one has to be 69. And this one counted by 2, 80, 82, 84. So we can do 84 minus 69 degrees to get that one. 84 minus 69, 4 minus 9, can't do that. Cross out the 8, make it a 7, change it into 14. 14 minus 9 is 5. 7 minus 6 is 1. So we get 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Go ahead and keep rocking out the rest of those problems. When you're done, make sure that you ask any questions on ones that you didn't understand on Zoom.